Yeah, it was great, man, to send them off like that and do the memorial like that. So, and the turnout was cats from the projects, cats from the mud, as they say. That day one cats that was came through, and I hadn't seen them in a while. It was I'm AKA Gator at the house, so they still know me as that. And I was just getting those shout outs across the room, and I knew the cats, but I ain't know the cats, man. I was like, and then,
Oh
and
yeah.
then yeah. And then Wayne would
Yeah,
say, "Oh,
homeboy down the street.
yeah, that's dude." I was like, "Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's who that was." Yeah.
That show is who that was.
Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Chef the Floor, aka Lamar Hardy, and we're coming to you with another episode of our dearly beloved Two Fingers Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I need to get some audience in here, but as always, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I got to bring in my co-hosts. They're with us every week, or as we are trying to make this weekly, but they will be with us every week. Mr. Gary Hardy and the Princess Snoop Dogg, Saran, Ronnie Hardy. What's good, people? How y'all been?
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Hello. So we are finally back into this thing, doing what we do. Hey, 2 weeks, man. Consistency. That's a start, baby. Consistency. 2 weeks. How we feeling? We got off work, we got off jobs and stuff. We commuted home. Like I said, this is our first half of the year, so now we should kind of be in the groove. So how y'all feeling today?
Feeling good. Feeling good. Happy.
What is this?
Saran says that. Feeling good. But what do you really
It's
feel?
Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. What could be? Hey, we getting there.
Yeah.
Another
Friday
week.
Eve. Friday Eve. So with that being said, what all happened today, y'all? Did y'all have a good day at work? What was going on? Saran, you did I know we talked last we spoke, you told us about your dual masters and the field you're in. Have you actually gone into that yet, or are we still dancing around figuring out how's we going?
Yeah. Today I had class and then I had one session. I usually go to my site after class on Wednesdays and Thursdays to do a late session. So just had one of them with my kiddos. After class, it was good. Always good to see them. They be so excited to see me. So
So you're still in class? So you graduated, but you had a couple more credits to complete,
yeah,
I
so I'm
guess.
officially done in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Last day, July 25th for me. So
okay. So you'll officially be a dual master at that point, correct?
yes.
So at this point, we might as well go and be Dr. Hardy. Is that what's next?
We need to slow it down. Okay. I have no more
Oh,
school motivation. I can't do no more research. I can't type
come.
one more paper. I cannot do that. I
It's
cannot.
understandable. You have a well deserved break ahead of you for the rest of the summer and maybe for the rest of this year. It sounds like. But with that being said, Hardy boy, you're next up. What's going on, sir? How's work?
Oh, yeah. Saran left me out there this week. I think I drove in like 2, 3 times by myself, man. She just
Oh, your
didn't even
passenger
roll over.
princess.
Brother went in there. Are you going? She rolled over the other way. She wanted to go. But it's all good. It's all good. Uh the heat was out, so a lot of us as in employees, we kind of stayed in, man. But it really is kind of fun to be back with the team
Mhm.
in person. So it's getting there. Yes.
And with the heat, man, the storms have been following behind it. It's like it's heat waves in the morning and then torrential thunderstorms in the evening. I know what like the whole southeast and southwest have probably like floodings and whatnot going on. I know our friends down in Texas were definitely hit pretty hard in some areas, uh, but we just got pretty much all the rainstorms and my power went out. I think when I was asleep, I woke up and that when your power goes out when the microwave and the oven light flashing. That's
Mhm.
that's the
Yeah, it
that's
really
the sign. That's the sign for when the power went out. So luckily for me, I didn't have to deal with it or see it physically. So I was knocked out by then. Me personally, today or this week was kind of smooth. We had some two big
manager.
groups.
How's that
Yeah,
going?
banquets and event manager.
Uh,
International Irish. We had an international Irish dance competition going on, and that was probably the newest kind of competition I've ever witnessed. And I'm talking about Irish dancing where the feet high kicks and up the
My
wiggle
eye,
tap
my
dancing.
mind goes straight to Sinners. We just watched Sinners, and that clip of them doing
Oh,
the Irish dancing and
yeah.
chanting around.
Yep. So that's what they were doing. They were out there, and to your point, right? We saw Sinners. I was literally watching these kids, and it ranged from kids to I think some adults, but it was kind of cool, kind of seeing their culture and some of the things that they were doing on the stage. It was pretty. Something I do need to look up and look into though, which I was kind of leery of, and it kind of caught me off a little bit. But there might be a reason. Um, they tan themselves
Hmm.
from their legs and like their arms, but like I don't know what it does if your neck and your head or your feet don't match. But
Oh, they don't.
um,
They just it's like shoulder down.
it's like shoulder down. But majority of them they have like these long sleeves and gowns and stuff, so you really can't see the body. But the legs are out, and I again gotta understand the culture. It's getting a little close to certain things I don't want to speak of, but the legs were closer to your complexion, Saran. That's all I gotta say for some Irish folks. So I was a little like, but outside of that, that was really cool to be a part of and to watch. And they're like tap dancing, high kicks, and literally in the hallways. You're trying to walk. They practice in the hallways right in front of you. Like don't care if they kick high, and they all kicking high in front of your face, and you just kind of like gotta bob and weave, try to get around it. But that was a cool thing to experience. So that was probably my week. And I got to sleep in an hour. I didn't go in at 3. I went in at 4 this week. So
Oh wow.
I get my victories where I can get them. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we got a couple topics for y'all today. I guess we're gonna kind of give y'all a little bit of a sandwich, kind of go here and there a little bit. But to start off, we do want to share with you guys because we are huge sports enthusiasts, huge sports fans, and with the World Cup being here in America next year, actually a global superstar has recently just passed away. So we do want to kind of remember Diogo Jota. I don't know how he said. I think it's Jota, but the dude saying it said Jota. So I guess we got to go with him because I would assume he knows how to pronounce it. But he is a Portuguese star, very close friend of Cristiano Ronaldo's, and I kind of want to share this clip with y'all really quick. So if y'all will just, bear with me as we do this, and we can watch this little quick 1-minute clip on, the young man right here. Already full screen. Here we go.
Tonight, tears and tributes across global soccer after the shocking death of Liverpool star Diogo Jota. The 28-year-old killed with his younger brother when their Lamborghini spun out of control on a Spanish highway, exploding into flames, according to police, who say it seems a tire burst while they were passing another vehicle. Jota married his longtime partner just 10 days before his death. The couple had 3 young children together. He was in the prime of his playing career.
With our fans behind us, I think we can win.
This was his final goal for Liverpool, dribbling through a thicket of defenders to score, helping the club win the English Premier League last season. Today, Liverpool fans gathering outside their stadium.
I thought it was some joke. Guy 28 years old.
Jota also played for his native Portugal and was expected to take part in next year's World Cup, hosted by the US, Mexico, and Canada. His devastated teammate Cristiano Ronaldo tonight posting, "It doesn't make sense," while LeBron James saying, "My prayers go out to his loved ones during this time." Prince William also adding he was deeply saddened at the loss of a young star who had so much more to give. Raf Sanchez, NBC News.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That was tough because, as a huge fan of pretty much world soccer, I watch all the clubs and stuff and the World Cup for sure. Seeing his name come across my feed, my timeline, I think it was about a week ago now, but it was kind of shocking. I was in the office and I had just got in and scrolled on my phone, and bam, it was there. I said, "Oh, no way, that's my guy, man!" And he plays like right wing up front with Ronaldo, so he's definitely a
Right.
scorer. He's definitely a
Ronaldo
playmaker.
was getting ready to pass the torch, right? Because
Seriously,
Ronaldo.
he was literally him and Fernandez were next in line because Ronaldo's now, if not
Right, right.
40, need to be gone. But yeah, man. So that was tough. I definitely wanted to show love, but my biggest thing is, at 28 years old, man.
Top of his game. He was getting ready to turn up.
Well, he was in his prime because if you think about
Right.
soccer, these guys have been playing since in the pros since they were
16.
like 15, 16.
Oh,
So 28, he's in his prime. He's making it happen. And I think the most devastating part to me is you just got married 10 days ago.
Yeah, and the 3 kids. That is sad.
You just got married. Like you said, your vows till death do us part. My goodness, if death didn't come quicker than it
but
needed
was
to.
that also the family lost two? Wasn't a little brother
Too.
at one
Yeah,
time?
so
Him
so
and his
him and
little
his little
brother,
brother,
his little brother passed too.
yeah, in the car, in the Lambo.
Wow. So that family, that's heavy.
It's tough. And as a mother or a father or a parent, period, to lose both your children and at once, I
Wow.
know it's tough to do one. Uh, I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it, but two, and especially if those are your only two. I don't know if those are his only two or not, but
Mm.
it's
Yeah,
truly devastating, man. And so it just makes us. To me, it just feels like it makes us have to value life more. You know what I'm saying? We really gotta cherish every day, every moment, because I think we hear life flash before your eyes and it could be up like that. But you said it to me a bunch of times, Hardy, until it hits you close at home or something like that. Every day you wake up, you tell people, "Oh, I'll see you tomorrow," or "Yeah, we can schedule that." But yo, tomorrow is not
yeah.
real.
Right, right.
Tomorrow is not real. Like that can happen. It really isn't. Think about it. Tomorrow hasn't happened yet, so it's not realistic until it's today.
Mm.
So
So the
I don't
little
know, man.
petty stuff, you can let go of the little petty stuff. I know we all have
Oh,
our moments, but
We
we
just
got
talked about that in class, child. Forgiveness and
uh,
all that. And I was like, oh,
that.
I'm not that good at that. But
I don't know if death can do me part from
you
my
gotta let it
grudges.
go, man. Let it go, man.
Nah, I don't think I have grudges. I think it's
Extend the
more so
olive
like,
branch.
oh man, I think it's more so though like just things because I think especially me, I think I've forgiven, but like just the forget part. I think the scars. I think we call them scars, right? Like it's healed, but you still see it. You still know it's there. So every time you look at it, you remember. And I think that's more so where I am. So I don't know if that's where you are or whatever you got in life, but I think it's like, for me personally, I think there are more scars. Meaning sometimes I look at it like, oh, I'm not gonna put my hand on that stove no more because that it was hot. So I'm gonna stay away from the stove. I'm gonna let someone else
yeah,
cook.
it's just about moving differently.
Yeah.
You forgive, but it's not gonna be the same. It's like we say with everything else, the new normal. So it's definitely you're not gonna get the same me that you had before.
But the flip, don't put it off. You gotta live your best life, man. Go for it, man. I mean, you know, in this context, things that you would put off. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I want to do this. I want to do that. Go ahead and make it happen, man. Because to this right here, the point is made. It's not promised, man, for you to keep putting it off. So if you capable or you have something that you would like to do and you can do it, go ahead and go for it, man. Live your best life, as they say now.
And you said to me the other day, you was like, people be out here stacking bread and don't spend it.
Right.
You out here stacking money trying to, reach goals and stuff, and you just ain't never He never went nowhere. He never spent it. Didn't buy the thing. Didn't live in that moment. So
Take that family
enjoy.
trip. Do it with the family. Do it with the ones you love. You know, you don't have to go all out solo. That's not. You want to be with your family and then and everyone else that your team around you. That's the most part. So you can have those tucked away and forever, and everyone can relate back to it. So you want to create the moments. I think.
I agree. But all that to say, rest in paradise to the young man, Diogo Jota. My God, I'm gonna learn how to say that correctly. But I know there's probably going to be a huge tribute at the World Cup for him. Definitely in Portugal. Liverpool just did theirs. They won the English Premier League, which is the what Britain or London's league. So yeah, man, that was tough for me. But moral of the story is, live for the day, do everything you can, man. So kind of let's add a little more chipperness to this episode today. So moving from one thing, but let's celebrate for a little bit. So with that being said, let's go ahead and celebrate America's birthday. Yay!
Woo. Independence.
Yeah, man. So, we just had the 4th of July just passed this past what weekend? I think it was on Friday.
It was on
We had it
Friday.
on Friday, so we were actually able to actually have a whole weekend to celebrate. That was nice. That was good. So we started with Salon first. Hard boy, how was your 4th of July? What did you get into, man?
4th of July. None of my kids were
Wow.
there. I'm gonna come out. I'm
I
gonna put it. I'm gonna put it out there.
thought he was gonna be like, none of my kids were there, so it was great.
But yeah, it was great. Me and mom threw down. I gotta tip my hat to mom. Mom threw down, man. We're on the grill, and it was beautiful. So I'm getting a taste of you guys being out of the nest, and I think I like it. I think
Oh,
I think it's growing on me, man. Because we had a great weekend.
Be careful. Censorship.
I know, right? We had a great time, man. She's not here to speak for herself, but I'm gonna speak for the both of us. We had a great time. Mom threw down. Thank you very much.
Dude, what she do, man? What she put on the grill, man? What you eat?
Oh yeah, we had the links, of course, and the favorite, the yard bird, smothered, and I think we had some banana pudding, dude. Yes, thank you very much. So
none left over. I ain't even I saw the residue and said,
so
"Hello."
it was a good
Mom
time.
didn't make you no batch on the side.
She shows that I didn't even make you one on the side. I'm sorry. You're not
Yikes.
sorry.
So yeah, it was
Well,
good.
she did. She just returned back from vacation. You know what I'm saying? So
It was good. Very good.
she's still, you know, getting her jet legs, and she's getting back into the swing of things. So take it where you can. At least you got food. You know what I'm saying? At least there was food. So
Yes, there was something left over.
that's what I'm saying. At least you got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she could have made you cook, a hard boy cook, and then we really would have been out of luck. Speaking of which, Saran, go ahead. How was your 4th?
Honestly, my 4th was very fun. Went to a pool party with some of my homegirls. One of my homegirls actually, who's back in the States, she moved to Panama a while ago, so it was good to see her. It was our last hoorah. She'd been here for the last 2 months, I think. So we did it big for the 4th, and then she left us. But it was good. Down in Richmond, did a pool party, then went out. Then that Saturday, kept the festivities going, drove back home from Richmond and did a little kickback situation, and then hung with some more homegirls. So then Sunday, hit the pool and slept for 12 hours until Monday. So it was a very eventful weekend. Very long, but very fun.
And the kickback, you were old enough to finally you graduated into it, huh?
I know, kickback with the OGs. But just thinking, seeing that, I was telling Dad, I was like, this how me and my gang gonna be. We still gonna be getting turned up, just in a more relaxed, calm, reserved household. But it's still gonna be we're gonna be turned up at 30, 40, 50. It don't never stop.
Yeah. So the kickback we went to is a mentor of ours, someone that we kind of, or mentor or big brother, however you would look at it, but someone who's always looked out for us. And actually, a lot of the apparel that you'll see us wearing when we have our two fingers or sports things, he's the one who puts it together. So huge shout outs to him and Triple Time Tees. If you guys want to check that out, we'll definitely link his website in this episode bio information here, so you guys can go support him and check him out. He does a lot of great merchandise and stuff for us and other people in the world. But the running joke is, since Saran graduated, she finally graduated to come to his house and come hang out at the parties. And I think it's funny because, Saran be posting, she be out partying and stuff, and he be hitting it like, oh yeah, you old enough to have fun and drink and stuff. I guess I could let you come through. So that was pretty cool to be a part of and see. And like she said,
They
the
go
party don't
hard.
stop. It don't matter how old you get, the party don't stop, man. And he has a jacuzzi in his backyard, and he got the whole canopy set up and the torches for the bugs, and that was another thing. The one joke came up in there, almost ran everybody out of there. The bug that flew up in there, and we had to move all the flames like almost under the canopy to try to make sure the smoke kept everything out. So, but yeah, that was pretty good. Let's go. What did I do? Well, I worked on the 4th because my holiday was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I ended up working Thursday and Friday, and the 4th was on Friday. So worked that day. And that was actually the day that the Irish people moved in, the Irish dance competition, which is always funny. Every time we host like huge competitions, international ones, they be on like American holidays. Like we have a world table tennis competition that's always on Thanksgiving, right? Like no one else in the world celebrates the 4th of July and Thanksgiving because it's us. But yeah, so we did that. And then I think did I even talk to y'all? I think I crashed out. I think I was down for the count. And then what did I do? Saturday, I slept all day Saturday, watched a couple movies, a couple shows. I watched Sonic 3, basically, just being a homebody. And then, me and Saran linked up to go to the kickback that we went to, and then dropped Saran off at home. And then I made a detour to the District of Columbia, went out for a little bit, had a little fun there. Met up with some friends outside, so that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, 4th of July, Friday. I went to Fridays.
Went to TGI Fridays.
The TGI Fridays on Friday, baby. Yes,
Okay.
And then luckily for me, I didn't have to go nowhere to see fireworks. When both direction I was driving, fireworks were on this side, fireworks on this side. Now they were the big ones too, so I don't know if it was the ones by the waterfront in Alexandria or DC, or if it was in someone's backyard. Like I think I don't really know which ones I don't know which ones I was watching, but that's how I got down. And then was I off Sunday? I was off Sunday. Sunday I went to see the new Jurassic World movie.
How is that?
So that was pretty good. I think how many are there? Are there
too many? And we was talking about that at some point. What are we still doing? Okay, the dinosaurs. We keep making them. They keep reproducing. What's going on?
I don't know what's going on, man. And them and the Fast and Furious, franchises. They just I don't know how we keep. I don't know how we keep creating more movies, and it's like every time we do the dinosaur movies, don't they like die or don't move them somewhere and this, that, and the third, or they just keep popping up. So I don't know how it's happening, but I would definitely advise y'all go check the movie out. It was pretty good. I would say if it was 5 or 6 movies, it's definitely. Can you compare it to the OGs? So okay, let's do the new ones. As far as the newer ones, it's probably I would say top 2. I think y'all will enjoy it. I think and this guy, what's up?
Those are those franchises you just watch it just to watch it. Because me personally, I can't keep track of what's going on, what previously happened. They all the same to me. but just because it's Jurassic World, I guess I gotta watch it.
It's just mine.
Well, I think I got a new star in it that one of my favorites. Right, is a new cast in the Jurassic
Yeah,
World.
ScarJo's in it. Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson. Was it Mashallah?
The brother, yeah.
Mashallah. And then homeboy that plays in Bridgerton and just was in Wicked. What is his name? And I know his name too.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
No,
He was
I gotta look it up.
in both roles, like
literally.
But mom wanted to do a shameless plug. She said she threw down in honorable of Uncle Ken. She threw down on the grill to honor your boy.
Yeah. Jonathan Bailey was his name, by the way. But in terms of the 4th of July, yeah. So
Mom put her extra foot in there.
Yeah,
yeah, Hardy Boy. So as we were saying earlier, with life was happening and whatnot. My Gator over here, his younger brother passed away. What was it? The end of May, Hardy?
Yes.
The end of May. And one thing about, Uncle Ken Hardy, as we call him, is you knew what he was doing. He had his own Facebook blog for you. So every time he was doing something, whether he was out in the casino, out having a good time, partying, eating fish fries, whatever, he would be taking pictures. So mom, I think she took a picture. Has she posted it yet? I don't know if she posted it.
The food,
yeah.
or what? Yeah,
she took a nice picture to kind of honor him. Like she had the grill open and had like a whole setup. So, but basically just to honor Uncle Kenny. Definitely not being able to make it and do his own post. So, mom took it upon herself and to show homage, pay homage to the man. But yeah, Hardy Boy, I guess speaking of him, Uncle Ken, man, tell us about the guy, man. What's up?
So yeah, he would have definitely had a post for us for sure. He would have put his foot in something, and it would have been a great opportunity to toast. Any excuse to do so. But yeah, I'll touch on that a bit. We did go down and do a memorial for him, and that turned out beautiful, man. There was a big turnout, man, in the hometown of Cocoa there. So yeah, we sent them all right, man, and the memorials and everybody. Our thing was, if you crossed his path, you had a story to share, and we did. Everyone had a story to share, man. He had to give the gap, and he'll get you. So everybody conceded, threw their hands up. Yep, that's the Ken I know. So yeah, it was great, man, to send them off like that and do the memorial like that. So, and the turnout was cats from the projects, cats from the mud, as they say. That day one cats that came through, and I hadn't seen them in a while. It was I'm AKA Gator at the house, so they still know me as that. And I was just getting those shout outs across the room, and I knew the cats, but I ain't know the cats, man. I was like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. And then Wayne would say,
homeboy down the street.
Yeah, that's dude. I was like, yeah, that is. Yeah, that's who that was. Yeah.
That sure is who that was.
Yeah. So it was beautiful, man. It really was.
And I think it's good too. We had just because I don't think Serrano had ever been to Houston. When I went, I was like 18 months, but we did the Houston trip last year, and we did like everything: the rodeo, the cookouts, literally the fam came. So, I mean, the timing of our trip was, pretty divine in itself because we didn't make it back out this year, but luckily we got to kind of all come together and experience and have, because we had like a family fun night at his house.
Exactly. He was the gracious host, of course.
He skimped us in spades a little bit, but let it slide. I let it slide.
Some spades.
Yeah, he was a little shook on that, but put some, what is it, chicken feet? What's the quarter game, girl? What was that?
I forgot what that was. The coin.
What was the quarter game? The coin joint, and I'm talking about you collecting them jokers. They play real money too. And I'm thinking we're gonna play with like some Monopoly chips or coins. Some potato chips or some snacks or something. No, we had real quarters.
Put it on the floor. Oh, okay.
Like we going to the laundry machine later for some, But yeah, man, Uncle Ken, man, 4th of July. I think that was probably his that was really his holiday. He definitely was a man on the grill, man.
Oh yeah.
Definitely the man on the grill. So, much love, much homage to him. Thanks, Mom, for bringing that to our attention on that tip. We appreciate you on that. So, yeah. Well, how y'all feeling? Y'all ready for this, man?
Ready.
Are y'all ready for this? Because Lord, this is gonna be so. This is and we already 30 minutes into this episode. So, yeah. I mean, it's the biggest topic in the world right now. Ain't nothing bigger than it. So I guess we got to address it. We can't act like we don't know about it. So yeah, get money, and you know what I'm saying? Bad boy entertainment. We got to talk about him. We got to talk about the bad boy. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about the bad boy. So Sean Diddy Combs, and so what I've done is as well to the audience and the people who are listening to us, because this is also an educational thing for us as well as we are sharing it, is that I've created a PowerPoint with pretty much all of the charges and the verdict thus far on Sean Diddy Combs and kind of definitions, so we all have a better understanding of what's going on. Because unlike Saran and being the forensic legal psychologist over there, I don't think no one else knows anything about half these words, and she might not know all of them, but at least she can maybe. I don't know. I might be setting her up, but we gonna all help each other. So, with that being said, I have a PowerPoint that I do want to share with you all, and we can go that way. We can take an educational journey together. So, let's do it. Here we go. So Sean Diddy Combs found guilty of two of the 5 counts. First of all, I just want to talk about this whole thing. So I know we kind of spoke on it a little bit, probably some episodes ago when this first kind of hit the scene, and we were just kind of like, did he or did he do it? And I think of course.
Sorry, the Diddy do it.
The
Kills.
Diddy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
See what
yeah,
he did there?
yep,
See what he did there?
yep. You see what I did there? Make sure y'all chime in because I'm gonna tag that video right up here. So make sure y'all chime into that because I definitely did that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, Diddy or Diddy do it. And allegations, right? I think a lot of celebrities are always thrown with allegations and this, that, and the third. And now it's, oh, you're victimizing. Who's the real victim? And is it true? Is it not true? And are you trying? It's defamation. Is pretty much the stamp that's always coming up. Oh, you're just trying to mess up my name, throw dirt on my name, or this, that, or maybe he really did it, or we got to make sure to listen to like certain people who are bringing this up, and have they been silenced this whole time? Because money talks, money talks. So before we kind of get into this, it's just another example of how do we bless you? How do we keep getting into realms where we see these iconic people who create these dynasties or these legacies or just things we grow up on, and now when it's time to reap the rewards and to receive all the accolades and the accomplishments and the praise from those they mentored, those they brought up, those they touched, bam, gilded, tainted, just it's just every time, man. And I don't know why that has become a trend. Maybe it is because to get to certain levels like that, it takes money and you can hide it, you can make it go away, but it hurts me in the sense of now I gotta change my viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? And whether it's true or not, it's still that thought in the back of your head. And then you still receive those pressures from the media and the world, like, oh, you still support this person, or you still like this person. And now you got to draw a line in the sand on which side you stand or who you rock with, and are you gonna be friends? And of course, everyone's like, oh, well, if you're this way, then we were never friends if you didn't understand my viewpoint. You can't understand where I'm coming from, and da da da. So all that's now coming into play, right? So yeah, I just kind of wanted to put that out there real quick before we got into Hardy breathing. You got some?
And that's somewhat unfortunate that you have to draw that line in the sand because, as you stated, and I think we're gonna touch on that. These people are game changers. These people are geniuses on one hand, and I guess human on the other. So to have to choose, and to your point, a lot of us come up. We are raised during those times when those people are coming up. They're growing up right before our eyes, literally. So we still, and that may be a mistake on us to put them iconic,
Pedestal.
put them in such high regard because they are human. You came up with them. You saw before they were Diddy, before they were famous, they were not regular, but they was human. Is
They
that
were
me?
just shown.
So yeah, I think that may be a human. It's human nature, but that may be something that we could dial back as well, is to put them on such a high regard.
But
Yeah,
can
I think
you?
I also agree with that a lot of bit. A lot of times we, as the general population, look towards these people as like gods or something, or just like somebody to strive for sure. And it is heartbreaking when you've devoted like, because of course, probably his music has brought people out of tough times, have motivated them. Like you really feel a sense of connection, and that's what makes these type of individuals so powerful and so like untouchable because they make you feel like you really know them. But then something like this happens and that whole scheme of the whole idea that you had of them being this great person is just like what? So it's almost like you go through grief. It's like no way they could do that. Like I'm in denial. There's no way that this person that I've known for this long is like this in real life, because I would never be cool with somebody that would do that. So
Uh,
it's very much difficult to process.
There's a shock factor.
Yeah, it's very shocking when that happens.
Yeah. We're gonna talk more about it, but let's go ahead and kind of dive into the slides a little bit. So yeah, Sean Diddy Combs found guilty on 2 of the 5 counts. All right. So uh as of right now, he's been found guilty on 2 of them. I think the judge pushed out a final verdict or a final sentencing for October 3rd this year, so 2025. And I have up here the count. So for the things he was found guilty on are actually the same things, just 2 different uh, victims or witnesses or people. Transportation to engage in prostitution, Cassandra Ventura, or Cassie as the media might know her as. And then transportation to engage in prostitution with Jane. And I think that was a later girlfriend or something of that nature. I believe they said that's what they said about her, a later ex-girlfriend. And then as far as the not guilty charges, count 1, 2, and 4. Count 1 is the racketeering conspiracy. He was found not guilty for that. Count 2, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. And that's with dealing with Cassie. He was found not guilty for that. So there's actually a bit of distinction uh, between the transportation and the trafficking part. And like I said, we'll have definitions on that. And then same thing for Jane, right? Count 4, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. For Jane, not guilty. So yeah, so I think with this being said, and I kind of want to say this, both of these for transportation to engage in prostitution, I think they're 10-year sentences. So he's now up to 20 years. And with that being said, I think the judge says it's 20 years with credit, meaning the time he is currently serving now counts and is credited to that 20-year sentencing. And I think they said, also based on good behavior, it could get reduced and stuff like that. But He's serving. He's currently the times he's being held counts toward this 20 years. So just so you all know that moving forward. I think let's go into a little definition on what each one of these.
So you get to the 20 from 10 from each count, or
yeah, from the
each
two
count
charges.
carries max of 10 years. Each counts.
Right. So that's So right now, 10 and 10 equals your 20 thus far. This is still all before October 3rd. Still, so pending, more. I don't think you can go less time. I think once you kind of get convicted, I think it is what it is. Unless
it's up to the judge, but we
deal or something.
Unless new evidence comes, or or plea deal. Yeah.
Again, this is not our lane, but it is the discretion of the judge overall. And does he want to give you the max, or does he give you lesser? So
do you have house arrest for X amount of time? Do you get
probation, all that?
Probation, yeah.
So it is, the max I think is 10 years off these charges. But then it's from 1 through 10 or whatever the case. Yeah. So it doesn't have to automatically be 10 years. Again, it's up to the judge and to your.
Well, I think they said that. I think he's right now. He's at 20. I think he's at the max right now for these two. That's where he's at right now. I'm looking at it up here. He's at it. So
the judge did.
It don't say up to 20, or it's saying like 20.
It's 20. It's at 20 because it's,
the judge gave him 20 years.
Both at 10. He gave him 2 10. So yes, 20.
But he hasn't. Okay, I don't want to go off track here. If he hasn't sentenced them, he
right. I think it's just saying like because of these two charges, he can get up to 20 years. Right. But since the verdict is not
but my thing is it said further sentencing. Okay. So I feel like there was a sentence already. Okay. Further sentencing.
Okay.
Pushes it further.
Right. Okay. Right.
Did you use the definition in the sentence? Further sentencing meaning he pushed the sentence further. No, I'm joking. Exactly. But yeah, Hardy, to your point, we can't speak to that. So right now, yes, to your point, it's the max of 10. We're gonna say he pending 20 until that October 3rd. I think October 3rd will pretty much put the period or the exclamation point on everything. So let's say pending 20 right now. All right, so going into the next slide. So let's talk about it. Verdict terminology and definition. So racketeering, as defined by federal law, refers to engaging in a pattern of illegal activity as part of a criminal enterprise. It often involves organized crime groups using various illegal means such as extortion, bribery, or violence to profit from their activities. I mean, we kind of were talking about how, money talks, right? And I think to profit from their activity. So racketeering, I'm assuming, is kind of like the whole, I would say kind of the whole operation, maybe, right? Like if we're talking about, let's use, because we all watch Power and Snowfall, let's use Power for example, right? Like Lobos is the, what's it called, the kingpin, the guy, the one they want. And then, you got your distributors, you got your people who get it there, this, that, the means. And then, you had Ghost, the Connect, who was pretty much running New York. And then, you got your little minions underneath, right? So I think that's kind of how that is being used. And then within those means is how you go about doing your illegal organization, right? So whether that's through extortion, whether that's through bribery, whether that's through being violent or physical or domestic with people like that, right? So, that's my example. I feel like I was kind of reading this and kind of looking at it. I wanted to use an example where the public can maybe follow a little bit. And I think Power is a good example of understanding how that would work.
They kept trying to slap that Rico on them, but Ghost was slipping through the cracks. They couldn't get him. Couldn't get them. Couldn't get Rico. But
there's a definition. It's the Rico. So there's a definition for Rico.
Dad made the point. They gotta. I remember he was talking the other day that they gotta try to convict multiple people. That was kind of the fall through this. They was only putting it on him, but if we compare it to like the young son, if we
Right.
compare it to Young Thug, they had multiple
Right.
people that they kind of was going
The
after.
whole little team, and that, as the definition shows, is often connected with an organized crime group. So you
Yeah.
got, like you say, lieutenants. You got a whole organization that's doing bad things, but and everybody's playing their role. But in this case, they only came after Diddy. So could he drive the truck and whatever. So I
Right.
think that's where the defense was able to muddy the waters because you needed a team, and they only came after one person, and they never thought about the team, so to speak. But
And I
again,
believe I read something else that I think his lawyer, because the prosecution said they were trying to get him. There's a specific law, and I'll find that and I'll tag that in here on the comments later. But there's a specific law that they were trying to get into, but they said Diddy's defendant lawyer was so good at separating it, and then he even said it himself. He was like, I specialize in this specific thing because
right,
it's mechanical. And what he means by mechanical is that if a car, for example, if a car has a flaw or something that's wrong with it, but it still runs, as long as you know what that is on your car and you can make it go without that, you can maneuver around it and not get it hit. And I think the thing was they were trying to use um, Diddy's personal. They're trying to use his personal stuff versus his professional side, and I think that's where it was separating. I think they were talking about. I know the words. It was Diddy enjoys swinging,
right.
getting in relations with other people.
Personal,
But right,
It's a
but the
real
thing
life.
about that is, yeah, but the thing about the swinging is I think it was also consensual too, and it was like a consensual swinging lifestyle.
Mhm.
So it doesn't really fall under the
Coercion,
trafficking or
traffic.
trafficking or prostitution
Yeah.
because the swinging isn't really right. You're not paying to do like you're
right.
so yeah. There's that. So sliding over to the next one. This is a little small. I'll read it out to y'all. Dang, my logo's in the way. I might have to remove the logo.
Mhm.
Hold up.
Kind of
Hold
touched
up.
on it. Trafficking, fraud, coercion.
Yeah. But yeah, so sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion. So the force part of this involves the use of threats, the use on threat of physical violence, physical restraint, or serious harm against a person or their family. So that's the force. Fraud is this involves deceptive practices, false promises, or trickery to manipulate and exploit someone into engaging into commercial sex. Example, including false promises of love or better life or employment, which I can see how they tried to use that one for him. Coercion. This includes a broad range of tactics used to pressure or intimidate someone into performing a commercial sex act. Examples include threats of serious harm, psychological harm, reputational harm, debt manipulation, withholding of identity documents, threats of legal action or deportation, and exploiting a person's vulnerability. Dang. Yeah, that's a handful. I mean, and so he was found not
Mhm.
guilty, was it? Not guilty on that one,
Not
right?
guilty of sex trafficking.
Right. He was not guilty of sex trafficking. So, but again, right, you could see how him being a mogul, a money mogul, they would definitely try to push this agenda and this motive to be what he was doing. And I would say the coercion part probably is the one I can see strongly. However,
The consent. When you
the
consent
Yeah, that's
initially,
where it gets tough
right,
because with like Cassie and them, they started out consenting. I love him. I was doing these things because I thought he would like me more. I knew it's what he wanted to do. And then it's like, when did it get to the point where it was like the abuse or the coercion? But if you
shoot,
consented,
when
that's
we
kind
saw
of
that
hard to
video on the
argue.
elevator, my
Well,
goodness,
well,
that
yes.
that was an ugly scene,
But
man.
it's kind of hard, especially painting that to a jury of like, well, at one point you were okay with it. So when were we supposed to know
right,
all of a sudden you weren't okay with it? So
right.
that's tough.
And again,
And
you mentioned these guys do what they do. The best lawyers, they gonna
So
be
they
able
gonna
to,
find those holes, and it's very black and white. It's not no. Well, I thought.
right.
Did you consent? Oh, okay.
Yes or no.
Next question.
I didn't ask you yes or
No
no.
further
It's a yes or
questions.
no
No
question.
And they be quick to drop that statement. No further questions, Your Honor. As soon as you said,
Yes,
well,
but
yes, but I, no further questions, Your Honor. And then the other judge over there, like, come on, man. Or sometimes when they don't share this information, now it's news to me. And then they go back to the other ones. Do you have a cross examination? No, Your Honor, we would like to ask to call for a recess or adjourn or something.
So mind you, the jury's just cooking all this. They like, okay. Even if they say, remove that from the, you can't remove
strike that from the record. Nope.
Yeah.
I remembered it.
So
even which I've always thought about how does that work when they say strike that from the record? Like, does the jury
technically
can't
it's
use that
not
no more?
supposed to be used like
the manuscript, the writing.
From the writing.
From the scribe. Yeah, the scribe over there. But
and they tell the jury, okay, don't use that, but everybody knows it's not the Men in Black pen, so I'm not gonna forget. So.
But yeah, man, and then of course, I think going back to the physical part, seeing that elevator scene, I can see how they definitely tried to push that because that didn't look too good.
But like Serrano said, we're not charging with domestic violence. That's not why we're in here. So
and again, the black and white of the law is so
black and white. Like, yeah, he might have
so
did some bad
cool.
stuff, but that's not what we're here for.
We're not talking about that. And so all that stuff you talk about, all those other things you saying is that defense attorney would be like, so here on this, did he ever try to forcefully, did he ever throw you into a truck? Did he ever try to, do this? Did he ever try to sell you? Did he, and it's just crazy how lawyers do this, but it's definitely a moral thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not for the faint of heart. But yes, this last slide, we got one more. And so these are the actual charges that he was convicted of as of now. Transportation to engage in prostitution. So he was the driver or the provider of the vehicle or however it is, but refers to the act of moving or facilitating the movement of an individual with the specific intent for them to engage in prostitution or commercial sex acts, highlights the act of facilitating or enabling someone to participate in prostitution through the provision of transport. So like that could be like how you see them old gangster movies and they like their little cars and they drive in the girls and then let them out and let them out on the street. Does that count as transportation? Would that be like the terminology? I don't know. How does the transportation part really fare, you guys think?
Well, you moving him. He had his house in New York. Then you go down in Miami and do it. Had a freak off in Miami. You take the crew back to New York. So once you cross state line, I think that's when you get that transportation charge. Interstate line, from state to state.
Yeah, and I think the difference between like the trafficking and coercion is prostitution is like you're choosing to be a prostitute, and technically isn't like prostitution illegal. Like it's illegal to kind of be a sex worker in the law. So it's like
it's illegal to be a prostitute, sex worker,
right.
Which is like the adult industry of stripping,
so since it's illegal to be a prostitute, but you're not being forced to be a prostitute. Like people do still choose that career path. So that's why that's how I see it's like the difference of the coercion and fraud, because you're not manipulating somebody into being a prostitute. You're actually getting a prostitute and then taking them from point A to B. You know what I mean?
Okay. That's fair. Again, ladies and gentlemen, don't
grain of salt, everybody. Grain of
salt. don't take us too serious here. Like I said, we're simply we're doing our best, but we're also educating ourselves, but educating you at the same time. And we discussed this together. And
by way of discussion, right?
Yeah, by way of discussion. But
what I think, what you think,
we discussed this. We discussed this before this episode. We was like, yo, like showing you guys that we're trying to learn alongside of you guys and we're following it alongside of you guys is probably the best means and best way to go about it, because it just shows us how, you know, out of touch with some things we are, but like we're so quick to just run with information, right? Like propaganda or social media or anything could just come on the screen and we just automatically assume and be like, oh, da 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 da, and just run with it instead of actually taking that next step, that next initiative to try to read and learn, research, and understand what's really going on. And I think that's also a huge component on why we have this thing called cancel culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that it isn't justified or it's invalidated, but like again, we're so quick to just believe what the news, the media, propaganda, social media, whatever they throw out there. We're so quick to just believe that without doing your own research on the topic. And so we wanted to do that alongside you guys as well here on the show too. But kind of going back to Diddy, I kind of want to talk a little bit more about who Diddy was, you know, what's going on, and I guess how do we go about living life.
Well, listening to his record, continue to listen
basically,
to him,
like,
party with it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and my thing is, so this is my other thing. So Diddy, yes, he jumped on some tracks, but he was a producer. So I can't listen to Biggie, Lil Kim. You know what I'm saying? I can't listen to nobody no more. You know, it's just he's touched literally almost the entire industry. Like, you know, I can't go bump with B2K no more. You know what I'm saying? Like day 26. Man.
But again, respect the craft. Now you
art,
can lean on the art form, because as far as the hip hop industry, he changed the game in a lot of ways. I looked at a chronological stat on him, how he did what he did, and you know how the crowd and the industry moved this way and that way, and how now, to your point, you know, sampling became what it is, and everybody jumped on it. And you know, I think the 90s was like he was dominant or something like that. So all of them do have their period of time.
Would you say he's the king of sampling?
You know, where you get a old school record and you what we call step on it and put Biggie on it with some bars, but it's really the OJs from back when. That's the sampling. You get a piece of OJs and you let Biggie step on it, and now you got Bad Boys. You know, because all the Biggie stuff, and you know, according to that little background, Biggie was like, I can't do that, man. I'm a gangster rapper, blah, blah, blah. And it took a couple, you know, back and forth to get Diddy to get Biggie to rap on it. And come to find out, it was the biggest hit they ever had, you know. So that's sampling. He's pretty much known for that, a good portion of that.
Yeah, sampling has definitely. I've realized my crossover into the I don't want to say unk level, but
they sampling too early with our
right. So Ron, that's basically what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like
songs from 2015. Like, how are we? Is it what? That doesn't. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know. I heard the sample that hurt me the most. I was working in the school system at the time, and Uzi dropped his little, what is it?
Sanguine Paradise.
Paradise. Sanguine. Man, and I'm telling you, Hardy, I know you remember this song because this was like my football highlight song. It was like, we start off on the floor, you know, girl, I love the way you. And then if Uzi, so I'm telling you, I'm walking into the cafeteria, and of course the kids are, you know, doing what they're doing. They playing the song, and the beat comes on. Dun, 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 dun. I'm walking in like, oh. Y'all came up like, yo, people showed y'all this, like, y'all know this song. I said, what y'all know about this song? They're like, yo, Mr. Hardy, you know this song? I'm like, yo, you know this song. We having a moment, right? I'm amped, they amped. And all of a sudden, like, you know how the beat start and then it dip or it changed, and that's when I was like, wait.
Oh, you
Technical
heard what?
input.
We be throwing money in a spiral. It's a
They go
fun.
that
Yeah,
way.
I was like, wait. I said, what is this? They said, yeah, Mr. Hardy, this that Uzi. I said, Uzi? I said, this is Miko Montana. What and K-Camp? What you talking about? He's like, no, what is that? I said, oh no. And what was I think I was like 25 at the time. But like Hardy, that's when I realized.
Yeah. The sample.
That my youthful ways are coming to an end.
They sampling Yo Jones now.
And Hardy, the song came out in 2011, 12, yo.
And the sample came out in like 2016. So that's what I'm saying. Like we sampling too close to the original. It's too close.
Did the song come out what in like 2019 probably 2020 2019 20, but still that's you're still within the same decade. You got to give me 2 decades before you can sample. You can't sample within 10 years. That is the new rule. I think we should make that a rule. You cannot sample within 10 years because it's just too close. And now, to Saran's point, songs are now being sampled within 5 years. Like
I've heard got one that's very fresh, and I'm like, what? What are we doing, y'all? Come on.
Who does?
Coco Jones got one. It's cute, but it's just too early. It's too soon.
Which
well,
one?
Your boy is from the old party. Your boy, the plug. That John is from
War. No, he has the hardest sample right now. No, he has the hardest sample right now. The largest song. Yeah, he has the hardest sample right now. Yeah,
that's that group War from the 60s.
But his sample is the hardest. You know, I'm almost. You know, we should listen to that. That's the hardest. That might be the hardest sample in here right now, man. Yeah. And like the whole NBA ran with it. Oh, every sport is on. It's on the Wingstop commercial. Yeah, it's the hardest.
And that first piece, that harmonica piece from that group called War back in the day.
Right now, man.
And I forget, I had the original song, but that first harmonica that on that first part of it, and it was genius. This how he ran with it.
Not the harmonica. You hear all this.
You can hear it, but I know that from the original back when. That was the instrument that changed that made that song go. Here we go. Right there. That's War. Google them.
Hey. Safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Bitch, that mama stayed in them apartments. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in foreigns. I'm heartless, cause these niggas is hating on me just because I'm the biggest, the largest, the biggest, the largest.
Man, that intro.
He said,
wait, real quick.
I'm running back.
Run back. Slipping into Darkness by War. Slipping into Darkness.
Hey, safe to say I'm.
Man, who is it? What's the
War.
song?
Slipping into Darkness. Find the original.
Slipping into.
Wow, he knows his music.
There you go.
Hardwell was quick. He quick to call it too. He said, "Hold up."
There it is.
Let's see. Does it give you the info when it came out?
Play.
Slipping into darkness.
That's the plug.
Take my mind.
This sound like something we were listening to growing up.
We did.
And Backstreet Volkswagen.
You know who? Sorry, you know what he used to have us listen to? What was it? It was called Mandrill. The band was called Mandrill, and they had a song that it was like a 10-minute song where we played every instrument, and the guitar solo had 2 solos, and then they brought that joint all the way back to the beginning. That's the difference between them. Them will make like
a whole A side, a B side, and A side of the album covered up one song with that whole. And in the day, we getting off topic here, but
Right.
It was
We
the
don't.
reason why you had 20 guys on stage because they played each instrument you heard. Wasn't no sampling now. All you need now is the laptop now and somebody to spit.
They don't. You don't DJ no more. Not for real. You're not on the vinyl. You got a laptop and you got the little knobs and the little buttons in between and technology, man.
So that's my
No, we done,
for today. Thank
right. We
you.
done
Thank you for
split all
taking
the
me
way.
back.
So back
Thank you.
back to
I
the
needed
king.
that.
Yo, he said we done got off topic. Back to the king of sampling, who which the again, if I recall, Lord have mercy. This was the topic at hand, and we done went all the way left. So let's really back in, people. Let's as fun as that was. But yeah, king of sampling, man. So to your point, man, and he ran the 90s. Me personally, I don't know how, like, moving forward, right? How do we go about, dealing with this? And, you said it, Hardy, separate the person from the art, right? And it's just sad to see that a guy who was a hustler, right, used to go door to door out his trunk, radio stations, people turning away. He kept forcing his tapes, kept making it happen, getting people and, making promises to his artists and finally getting them what they did. Oh.
I'm sorry. And a Diddy party was the party. If you were somebody, you wanted to be invited to a Diddy party, man. But now I don't know if you had to leave by midnight, but he did throw. Everybody witnessed that. Everyone said that. The Foxes, everybody. Yeah, man. Absolutely.
It was like the party was a party. Just got
I left. I left before it flipped. But yeah, Diddy party because the chronology, the order states that he's claiming Howard University here, and he would run back and forth to New York and throw the parties. But yeah, he claims Howard.
Yeah, man, and it's just
very unfortunate.
It's like I said, he was just forcing tapes out, being the hustler he is, to finally making it, right, to getting it, and the music's hot, and then he goes on the trend where now he's producing, he's getting more artists, and he's creating opportunities. He's creating TV shows, he's doing all this. Isn't Revolt like his TV station on?
Yeah, he had that.
Revolt is his TV station, and he's and he does like the competitions for like Day 26 and B2K and making all these groups and Danny DeCane and
he had to get out the vote little slogan. When Bomber he was out there with get out the vote. He had a little.
Yeah, man, and again creating all this great stuff, especially for Black folk. Man, he was doing all this for Black people. It was like Diddy was over here doing something. Tyler Perry's creating his own studios and stuff. Things were just Black excellence was just coming through, right? We finally starting to grow, close the gap, creating opportunities, and now, like I said, to be at a point where it's time to receive all your BT Icon Awards, to receive all your accolades, your praises, your achievement award, lifetime achievement awards, man.
Lifetime, yeah.
I just hate to see the mud now being thrown on the person.
Saran, do you think
by being self-inflicted?
Too much dip on your chip gets to a point, I guess. But they say more money, more problems. It's two sides to every coin.
And that to that point, had Biggie been around, because he kind of going off the rails after that, and I don't know if trauma. I mean, Saran, maybe it was that trauma can set him. Is he suffering? Does he need the conversation?
There you go.
I mean, definitely, I feel like anybody in Hollywood has seen, heard, experienced some things that we can't even fathom. So, obviously, trauma response. A lot of things can be trauma, but of course, that's a lot of things, layers that need to be unpacked. So, then we got to put in substance use. We got to put in power. We got to put in. So it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack there, and so. And we can't just blame it all on like trauma and stuff, because at the end of the day, you control your choices.
Right. I was about to say this, the willpower, right?
We can't just cover all of like, oh, he was this. Like, you still made certain choices to get you in certain positions. So it is tough to see, but
And I agree with you, right? So I'm like, as much as we're talking about who he was as a man and who he was and what he developed, again, self-inflicted, right? He made these decisions, like and whether it was the demons he was battling, the skeletons in the closets that are now being revealed, the people he might have paid off or made things disappear, or however way he did or did not make things disappear. You know, someone else might have did it for him, but again, that's again where we have to come back and see that, we put people on pedestals and, lower to some people the lowercase g, make them gods, the lowercase g, but you have to realize they're still human, right? Like, they're not all that, and they have
they're not untouchable. Like, you can still get touched. But
and the behavior, by no means are we condoning or trying to give him a pass, by no means. And we definitely want to make that no one deserved. That elevator scene really turned me. I was like, come on, man.
I think it's just disappointment. That's where we are.
Right.
Like, you to Saran's part, the grieving process and stuff like that. You say all this, you say this was who you were. You had everything. You were doing everything. Like, everything was in your grasp, and you just let it crumble. You let it fall. We're disappointed, man. Like, how did you get yourself here? And that's where the moments of going down memory lane, or seeing the quote unquote good in this person right now, is because it's the inspiration, what we aspire to be, to see someone, a black man, representing the culture, the community, to have made it to that level. And it's, I think I was watching, what's it called? What are they called? Breakfast Club. Charlamagne said it. At the end of the day, bro, yeah, you might have the money, you might be sitting around up there, and unfortunately, you still a black man in America, bro. No matter how much money you have, no matter how much power you have, no matter how much you have done and you've put into this world, you are still a black man in America, and it's a humbling experience every time. And that's why, it's very important to always make sure you're dotting your I's, crossing your T's, making sure everything's clean, kept, neat, handling everything, and have a team. He has a team, but and that's what Charlamagne was saying. Charlamagne's thing was like, and they was like, well, he was doing it. Charlamagne was like, bro, he's still a black man in America. You can say all y'all want. You can say he had the world. He did this, that, and the third. Still a black man in America. You will never be over there, unfortunately. And that's not to be harsh or anything.
Yep, he said, well, what you say? But yeah, that was where we at, Mar.
That's the topic of the day. That's about it. I mean, we hit it. We separated. We went around town, brought it back. So yeah, folks, just know that again, we'll keep you guys up to date with everything. We'll do our best to try to follow the trial and get more information. We'll probably revisit this probably closer.
That's part of what we're October. Right. That's part of what we're doing. We're just trying to set the table, and if you missed it, we're not trying to define anything and sway you either way. We're just trying to, if you didn't know, this was the latest on the hottest topic out, and Diddy's pending sentencing, and how what were the results of the trial. That's all we're doing. From there, you do your homework, you research, you Google it, and then you delve into it as deep as you need to go from there. But that's all we're doing. We're not taking sides or trying to convince you or trying to interpret the law, by no means.
No, sir. Kind of with that being said, we're going to slide on down through it. we've kind of come to a conclusion of another great episode. And again, the vow and the promise for us is to continue to be more consistent, put out more content, stay in touch with you all. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, any topics you want us to discuss, please comment them, email us, DM us in our social medias. Everything's on our website. And like I said, if you want to visit us about any of our events or anything like that we do, our live episodes, or not our live episodes, but our newer episodes, you can find all that here at www.twofingersdeuces.com. All right, that's where you can find us. And again, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers about us. You know what I'm saying? We want to reach as many people as we can. We're trying to grow. We're trying to make it happen. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Your team, OKC, the boys got a bag, all three of them, didn't they?
Man, Hardy, that's a conversation.
That's another episode.
We gotta talk about that at another time, because that right there was I'm kind of shook myself, honestly. I don't know how I feel about that.
Next episode,
yeah, that's definitely next episode. But that's definitely next episode. That's crazy. But yeah, let me go ahead and get us right, man. Let me go ahead, because we don't ever not want to do what we're supposed to do. So we're gonna close as we always close, and I'm gonna bring it up for you right here.
Wow. You're struggling.
Don't do me like them news anchors. My eyes are open. I'm not blinking.
All right, yo, guys, we gotta hurry up and close because they did come off work. So with that being said, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been great being here with you guys. A great episode. And as always,
Two fingers, peace and love.
Two fingers, two up, two down.
Two fingers deuces, and we out, baby. Look at y'all. We 2 for 2. Let's go. All right, y'all. It's been great seeing y'all, bro. We'll catch y'all in another one. Peace.